Do y'all want to listen to somebody? Somebody want to say something. Somebody got some words for you players. Out here in the street, when it come down to relationships that we be having, say, hey, sexy chocolate sugar. Say, hey, Willie, 315 Syracuse, New York is back in the mother for 30 minutes of fat. Bitch, watch 23, 6 on your 9. Here we go.
Baby, when I talk about stuff like this, niggas never like it, and I don't got a fuck to find or care about, because guess what, baby, I'm always protected. And I'm going to say what I want, when I want, how I want to, how many times I want to, as loud as I want to, when I want to, on my page, because I do what I want, when I want, how I want to. Let me say this, baby. These niggas be hurt to the core. This is what they want to do. They want to fuck on Regina, Becca, Brittany, Susie, Amanda, Latoria, Victoria, Gina from the project, and they don't want you to say nothing. They want you to sit back and take it. They want you to stay at home and make mashed potatoes. They want you to stay at home and have the laundry done. They want you to stay at home and watch television, and they don't want you to say nothing about what the fuck they doing or what they got going on. Then they want to go to the barbershop and talk about you. Then they want to go to a raggedy ass mama and talk about you. Then they want to go to the internet and talk about you when you was holding them down in the penitentiary before he started selling his ass to get honey buns. You was putting money on his book, but then they want to drag your name like you are the issue. When really in actuality, you put up mandatory things that nigga gotta do. You tell him what he's not doing right. You tell him how he gotta do it better. You tell him you ain't taking that shit. You tell him that you're gonna leave. You tell him you ain't dealing with that shit. And then he wanna make it seem like you're the bad person, because really these niggas be hurt to the core. So when you hear a nigga talk about a bitch, when you hear a nigga dragging a bitch, when you hear a nigga in the barbershop talk about what she didn't do and how she didn't do it right, and who she wasn't as a woman, or how she didn't come through, a lot of times it's these niggas wasn't right. These niggas was battling demons. These niggas that had different things going on, and a nigga could never come to terms and be real and let a nigga know what's going on. But what they rather do is make it seem like you were the issue, like you were the one that was fucking around, like you were the one that had the problem, like you was the one that was toxic, like you was the one that was fighting demons, like you were the one that wasn't right. And really in actuality, it was that nigga. These niggas be hurt to the core. And they be fighting demons that has nothing to do with who you are as a woman. It has nothing to do with who you are as a person. It has nothing to do with how you look, how you move, how you cook, how you fuck, how you operate, how you think, how you maneuver. It has everything to do with him and his issues and his mind. So when you hear a nigga drag a bitch, 9 times out of 10, that fuck nigga was the issue. But a lot of these niggas can't be real and tell you what was going on. They rather make it seem like it was the bitch issue and not theirs.
Shout out to Barbara for the $25 cash app. I sure enough appreciate you there, sugar. If in case you're new around here, I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Check out a few things. We do got our OnlyFans. That's where we put the event videos at. Y'all go ahead on and check those things out. Subscribe over there. We do got a PayPal link down in the description for the support. I appreciate all that right there. Y'all got to get a thumbs up. Over 100. Now, a lot of people may say if you ain't in a situation, you can't talk about certain things. If you is one who is not doing certain things, you can't speak on it. And I would just say that you're wrong about that right there. We gonna run it back. Here we go.
Baby, when I talk about stuff like this, niggas never like it, and I don't got a fuck to.
Don't know why he hollering, but go ahead.
Or care about, because guess what, baby, I'm always protected. And I'm going to say what I want, when I want, how I want to, how many times I want to, as loud as I want to, when I want to, on my page, because I do what I want, when I want, how I want to. Let me say this, baby. These niggas be hurt to the core.
Do we be hurt, players? I would say a lot of times, yeah. Yeah, there's hurt out here with the players. I do understand that because, again, a lot of us was raised, and these babies is princesses out here, and they can't do no goddamn wrong. So he right about that right there. Shout out to the Sugar Fella. Shout out to Mr. Milkman in the building. What's happening, player?
That's what they want to do. They want to fuck on Regina, Becca, Brittany, Susie, Amanda, Latoria, Victoria, Gina from the project, and they don't want you to say nothing.
He right about that right there. We do want to bang all of them. We want to bang every culture. Damn it, if you were born with a vagina, that's what we want to do. Absolutely correct. And they correct that we don't want y'all to say nothing. So yeah. We Go ahead.
They want you to sit back and take it. They want you to stay at home and
We don't want you to sit back and take it. We hope that you sit back and take it when you find out that we have been tipping out and giving that meat away. But we don't believe that all years is gonna take it like that. That ain't what it is.
make mashed potatoes. They want you to stay at home and have the laundry done. They want you to
Yeah, it's if you at the house, wash the damn clothes or something. If a player's at the house and the baby's out there working and shit, then he need to wash the clothes or something. Hey, you just sitting around the house ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we do want that, but go ahead.
stay at home and watch television, and they don't want you to say nothing about what the fuck they doing or what they got going on. Then they want to go to the barbershop and talk about you. Then
We got hopes that your ass don't say nothing, but deep down inside, we know that you won't wanna or gonna say something. Then we go to the barbershop and talk about your little ragged ass. Damn it, if you're raggedy, you're raggedy. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, we be talking about y'all.
they want to go take raggedy ass mama and talk about you. Then
Listen, we be having grievances and problems in these relationships and shit, and sometimes we need somebody to damn talk to. And sometimes mama is there for us to talk to because we don't know how damn dad is.
they want to go to the internet and talk about you when you were calling them down.
Now that's whole shit right there. You players, listen to me. Y'all going to the internet. Nah. Hold on. I don't just want to put the whole shit label out there. If you and him is together and he taking your shit to the internet, now that's a goddamn problem. But if the shit done fell apart, it depends on how much you hurt him. He gonna fucking tell every goddamn thing. They shouldn't, but I appreciate them for doing it so we got something to talk about, but you shouldn't. Or you should. Go ahead.
In the penitentiary before he started selling his ass. They
Stop it right there. I got to back up with the penitentiary shit. Hold on. Watch it.
internet and talk about you when you was holding them down in the penitentiary.
He go to the internet and talk about you when you was holding him down when he was in the penitentiary. Hold up. You ain't gonna tell a bitch, well, why? Why'd you around here with that poor monkey management getting a player that's in the penitentiary? And if he went to the penitentiary, depends on how long he was in there. Hell, if he went to the penitentiary, it was a length of time because everybody don't just go to the penitentiary. Not everybody going to the penitentiary. If you go, you done been sentenced. You getting some years out here in the goddamn street. Just saying.
was holding them down in the penitentiary before he started selling his ass to get honey buns. You was putting money on his book, but then it
Also, because you say something about one of these bitches, babies out here in the street and you mess around and went to the pen. And she was putting something on the books before he went to doing the honey bun thing, or doing strings for the honey buns. And he talk about you afterwards. If a player got something to say about the chick that he was dealing with, got all right to speak about it. Shout out to Q Carla for the $10 super chat. Say, listen, this is my first Willie Williams live. I appreciate that. Tell everybody that you're around here, baby. Here we go.
want to drag your name like you are the issue. When really in actuality, you put up mandatory things that nigga got to do. You tell him what he's not doing right. You tell him how he got to do it better. You tell him you ain't taking that shit. You tell him that you're going to leave. You tell him you ain't dealing with that shit. And then he want to make it seem like you're the bad person. Cause
If a bitch want to leave, the bitch is the bad person. What is we talking about? We should all have standards, and we all do have standards. A lot of people take a lot of shit from a lot of people, but they choose to do that. You can only do what a person allows you to do. So if the standard is I'm accepting this shit, then that's what you accepting. How you just automatically know that any player that's talking about one of these broads is the issue? We've been fed a book of lies out here when it come down to the female nature.
really these niggas be hurt to the core. So when you hear a nigga talk about a bitch, when you hear a nigga dragging a bitch, when you hear a nigga in the barbershop talk about what she didn't do and how she didn't do it right and who she wasn't as a woman or how she didn't come through, a lot of times it's these niggas wasn't right.
what if he right, though? What if the player that's in the barbershop talking about the broad? What if he's right, though, and hurt at the same time because she possibly wasn't the broad that he wanted? A lot of people call it crying and shit like that right there when the player is saying something, but what if he's correct in what he's saying? You can still call it crying, but what if he's correct? Say H-Town, by the way, Shot-Town in the house. What's happening?
These niggas was battling demons. These niggas.
Right about that. A lot of us here battling demons and shit, and it's a good thing that you're in your car, not around somebody, because I see that you're frustrated and shit, and we spit out. Hell, we don't even have to be yelling and we spit out. That's why when you're talking to somebody on the face-to-face, you need about 3 to 4 to 6, 20 feet away or something like that right there, because the shit be projecting. You know what I'm saying? Understandable. Here we go.
They had different things going on, and a nigga can never come to terms and be real and let a nigga know what's going on. But with
I'm in agreement with that. And there's some shit that we trying to change around here at the Willie Williams show. I'm trying to get your players to start speaking the goddamn truth out here when it come down to the damn bras. You is the goddamn prize. I know you want to talk that right there by nobody, but you is the goddamn prize. You better stand in the pain as the goddamn man and stand on something. So I'm with them on that right there. Y'all be lying too much.
what they rather do is make it seem like you were the issue.
But what if it was the issue? That's what I'm saying. Nah, he could be correct. Maybe the player was the issue. But what if she actually was the issue?
Like you was the one that was fucking around. Like you was the one that had the problem. Like you was the one that was toxic. Like you was the one that was...
When you use the toxic thing, fella, because this is just a new term that has done popped up in the past few years and shit when it come down to masculinity. If you doing anything masculine, if you don't concede to a bitch, you're toxic. That's a problem.
Fighting demons, like you was the one that wasn't right, and really in actuality, it was that nigga. These niggas be hurt to the core. And they be fighting demons that has nothing to do with who you are as a woman.
He could be correct on that. Again, like I just said earlier, a lot of us fighting demons. But not just the players is fighting demons.
It has nothing to do with who you are as a person. It has nothing to do with how you look, how you move, how you cook, how you fuck, how you operate, how you think, how you...
Say he seems like a little toxic.
It has everything to do with him and his issues and his mind. So when you hear a nigga drag a bitch, 9 times out of 10, that fuck nigga was the issue. But a lot of...
I can go with you, but not with the 9 times out of 10 player. Listen, we was raised on full of lies when it come down to the female nature. We was supposed to hold these babies in high regards out here. And then we deal with this broad, and we deal with this broad and this broad. And the more we deal with different females, we do understand that it just ain't no princesses around here. When everything in your core, you was taught to put these bitches on a pedestal. And then you find out that it ain't what it is. You damn right players out here mad. What else they supposed to be?
These niggas can't be real and tell you what was going on. They rather make it seem like...
Because they was taught to lie. They was taught that we got to worry about a broad's feelings and shit. This is what we was actually taught. Not just in our homes, not just in the communities, but the whole society at large, the whole world. Shout out to Alpha King K all the way from Baltimore, Maryland in this piece. Shout out to Maria for the $25 cash out. Appreciate that right there. Y'all showing love.
It was a bitch issue and not theirs.
I appreciate it, fella. Because we all got opinions and shit, and we should be able to speak on our opinions. The sad part is a lot of y'all still afraid to check a bitch out here in these streets. A lot of us got so much smoke for the players. But y'all be crabs when it come down to that monkey. Y'all players won't check a bitch to save your life. Because you trying to get that little mustache cooch. I'm just saying something. Just saying, so I'm trying to get you players up to true player status, but until you can stand in the paint and say what it is and mean what the hell you say, but our biggest problem is we be living with it, bitch. I understand, and it's hard to fight against them demons, and I'm gonna call the demons on the way that we was taught out here to deal with females. Don't nobody really be wanting to speak on that shit. A lot of us was taught wrong. Say, hey, Sugar, all the way from St. Louis, Missouri, Pastor Willie on the line. Let the chat say, hey, man, with these 30 minutes of 5, bitch, watch 23, 6, 8, 9. Y'all got to be careful out there. So I'm just saying, everything ain't everything. Everything ain't everything. I know for years society has always jumped on the males and the men. We're toxic. Really? We ain't gonna talk about these toxic bitches out here? Or these toxic babies, these good single mothers? We ain't gonna do that. Because let's not forget, a lot of us was raised in a single mother household. The fuck you think we get the behaviors from? But we gonna act like it ain't that. That's what's up. Moving right along.